Okay, so let's start going over the study guide. The first one, number one, determine two coterminals, one positive, one negative, for the angle 7 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6, if I drew a really quick picture here, this would be 6 pi over 6, so it's over here somewhere. So if I want to do one positive, I want to add an entire 2 pi, and 2 pi over 6 is 12 pi over 6, right? So this is 12 pi over 6. I want to add an entire 2 pi. So here, 7 pi over 6 plus 12 pi over 6 gives me 19 pi over 6, which is the one positive. Now, I want to find the negative, and all I have to do is subtract that from 2 pi, which will go the other way. So 7 pi over 6 minus 12 pi over 6 is negative 5 pi over 6, which gives me the negative way. Next, find the complement, supplement if possible. Remember, complements, they have to add up to, and this is 5 pi over 12. They have to add up to pi over 2, and pi over 2 for 5 is in 12s. So 1/2 in 12s is 6 pi over 12, and 12 pi over 12s will give me 180 degrees. So the complement will go to 6 12s, the supplement will go to 12 12s. So the complement then is 6 pi over 12 minus 5 pi over 12. This is just a pi over 12. The supplement is then 12 pi over 12 minus 5 pi over 12, which is 7 pi over 12. Okay. Number 3, rewrite the angle in degree measure. Okay, so we just gotta take 17 pi over 6 and we multiply by 180 and then divide by pi. The pi's cancel out, and I like to cancel before I multiply. So this is actually 30. So 17 times 30 is 510 degrees. Punch that into the calculator. Make sure. Punch that in. 17 times 30 gives me 510. Next, rewrite it in radian. Well, radian is just the same methodology backwards. So we take negative 240 and we times it by pi, and we divide by 180, which will give me negative 240 pi divided by 180, both of which are divisible by 60, which is negative 4 pi over 3. So that's in radians, multiple of pi. Find the point x, y in the unit circle that corresponds to t. Okay, so we have a 5 pi over 3. So this is technically 3 pi over 3, and this is 6 pi over 3. And 5 pi over 3 is just 1 less than 6, so it's over here. This is our circle right now. So then pi over 3, if I think about that, is 60 degrees. So this is actually 60. So 60, the opposite of 60 is root 3. This is, well, negative root 3. This is 1. And this is 2. Remember our 30, 60, 90. Find the point. Okay, so then our point, our x, is 1/2. It's going 1/2. And our y is negative root 3 over 2. Head on down. Number 6, evaluate the sine, cosine, and tangent of. Okay, so this is negative. So if I go backwards, this is negative 4 pi over 4. So it's not quite there yet. So, and it's a 45 degrees. So it's here. So this is my angle right here. Negative 4 pi over 4. That's a 45 degree. That's t. So if this is t, so then we want sine of t, and luckily negative 4 pi over 4 is 45 degrees, so we have negative 1, root 2. So sine of, so this is negative root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2, and tangent is just 1. Negative 1 divided by 1 is 1. Number 7, evaluate the trigonometric function, of each, okay. So sine of 5 pi, well, that's just technically pi because it's odd number, so it's pi, it's 180 degrees. That means 180, it's the coordinates are negative 1 comma 0. Sine is y, so it's 0. Number 8, sine of 11 pi over 6. If I drew a quick picture, 11 pi over 6. Well, this is 6 pi over 6, and this is 12 pi over 6. So it's right over here. And pi over 6 is 30 degrees. So this is 30. So this is negative 1. This is positive root 3. This is 2. Sine is my y. So this is negative 1/2. Negative 1/2. Opposite over hypotenuse. The next one is cosine of 3/2. Well, that's 270 degrees, and that's the one that goes straight down, and the coordinates of that is 0 comma negative 1. Cosine is the x, so that is 0. Number 10, cosine of negative 4/3 pi. So if I drew a quick picture, 4/3, this is negative 3 pi over 3, so that's a little bit beyond that. So 4/3 is going to be here by 1/3, and or pi over 3, and pi over 3 corresponds to 60. So this is actually a 60 degrees. So this is 60. Then this is root 3. This is negative 1. This is 2. My cosine is then negative 1/2. Number 11, tangent of 3 pi over 4. That we're dealing with force, so we have, this is 4 pi over 4. So 3 pi over 4 is over here in the 45 degree angle. So we have a negative 1, positive 1. 2, tangent is here, theta. See, tangent is opposite over adjacent. 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. Number 12, cotangent of negative 3 pi over 2. Well, that's 270 degrees, but in the negative direction, so it's actually 90 degrees. And 90 degrees coordinates is 0 comma 1. Cotangent is x over y, which is 0 over 1, which gives me plain old 0. Number 13, use the value of the trigonometric function to evaluate the indicated function. Cosine of t is negative 2/3. So here we're not given a value in the unit circle, but that doesn't mean we can't evaluate it. So negative since cosine is negative, we're going to assume this is in the second quadrant. And then this goes here. This is t, negative 2. So then this is negative 2, and this is 3. And we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to find what the side is. So the Pythagorean theorem is negative 2 squared plus b squared equals 3 squared, which gives me 4 plus b squared equals 9. B squared is then 5. B is root 5. So this is the square root of 5. But then they want negative t. So then the negative t is just the mirrored version of it, which is just this. This is negative t because it's just going this way. But then this makes this negative root 5, and this is 3. So we'll see what they want from negative t. They want the cosine of negative t. The cosine is then just negative 2 over 3. So that's negative 2/3. And the secant is the inverse of cosine. So that is negative 3/2.